When you look at me, just what do you see? A Butchered Beatles song made up on the spot. I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. Although I do hope someone will chip in and tell me how my mic sounds, because I think I've improved it. I'm not sure. Gonna find out. Did it just pull those from whatever the save file you were playing last was? I don't know. Maybe. Alright, so I need to go get some baggies. And presumably jars, actually. I don't know where I've left the van. Oh, you know, I know where I've left the van. I have to go get the van. Let me start with baggies, though. You don't sell hammers. Hey, my man, you're my employee. Do you know that, Kyle?
So,
I was like, can I just point out how rude it is that we're not allowed into our own kitchen? Also that we can't buy food. He is so stoned in that photo, I love it. Alright. How much is the last property anyway?
yeah.
50 grand? Okay. Oh, that's the docks warehouse. Ah, we'll see. How's the drug empire going? Pretty good. Pretty good. We're growing mushrooms, as you do. Nothing drying, but that's not a big deal. Because, look at that. No, I'm not. Does something sound weird? Because I was playing with the audio settings, and I was hoping to make it sound better. It's a bit tinny? Okay. How about now? Is this better? Is this an improvement? 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. Okay, but is this better? Because I did change it just now. Not much better? How about now? Is this better? Oh, I have to restart the game now. I flew too close to the sun and I minimized the game a couple times. Not as bad as yesterday. I mean, that's fair. Oh, I was about to adjust it again to see if I can make it better, but you literally can't. Also, it didn't save my notes from yesterday, I just realized. Because my note that I left myself last night was the weed is entirely backed up. What's going on with that? There, okay. Ah, I see what the problem is. That's why, okay, delete that note, yes. Give me a hot second here, and we can play with my audio a bit. Alright, now I can see OBS again. Alright, so this is this is probably why it sounded a bit tinny. However, oh, just turn that down, volume-wise. Is it better with the compressor or just with the volume of the mic turned down? Although it occurs to me, that's gonna sound better regardless right there. If I do that. If I do that. Is this better now? Or possibly this better? Or this better? Alright, so this is with nothing but the volume of the mic turned down. This is that with the equalizer, which is getting rid of a little bit of the bass, because my voice, I think, is a bit boomy. And this is with the compressor that just compresses the audio. It feels like it comes on too strong as the audio gets a bit distorted. Here you can hear clearly, just not sounding all that great. It's hard to explain. Okay, but are any of them distinctly better or worse? Is the 3-band equalizer better or worse? Like right now, on, off, on, off. Alright. How about the compressor? This is with it on, and this is with it off. I imagine there's a volume difference, because that's most of what is changing. But this is with it on, this is with it off. Okay. That makes sense, though, so. Just gonna turn that down just a little bit more. I want to get it so it doesn't go up into, like, the red area of the, thing there. I mean, I have a Yeti, too. I also don't sound good through a Yeti, to be perfectly honest with you. At least in my opinion. I am my own worst critic, though, so. Yeti makes good mics, so I understand that desire. It's a good thing I left the door open so the police can see me doing this. Yeah. Well, in my case, I am... Maybe ask one of the officers if they need some extra work on the side. Honestly, though, I would love if that was a thing you could do, where you could, like, bribe the cops to leave you alone. Or to not patrol a specific area, or... You know what I mean? You wouldn't be able to do it initially, but eventually you just, like, be, you know, big enough that you just could. Oh, I'd love if there was like a storyline where you can basically just like go to the police and be like, hey, I appreciate your work, and therefore you are now mine, or something. You know what I mean? How did I leave that in my inventory? The weed is a bit backed up in here, not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna be like 4 trips. Which is saying something considering I've got a van. Probably more than 4 trips, actually. Last year, in the year, it's like plus 12C outside. It gets super cold inside because of the general heat. Basically, now it's like 16. It's almost cook eggs in the radiators. That sounds about right. If I went a couple of hours north of me, the outdoor temperature right now is negative 67 degrees. Damn, you're fast. Just lost. Probably got a mooch off Billy. Oh. Wow. Today is not the day for deals. 2 of them have rejected me. That's extremely unusual. I'm gonna go back and that entire drawer is gonna be full again. I used to talk to Freddie, my friend who lives here, who lived at Norfolk Water for negative 50 colder can't imagine that. Yeah, it's brutally cold sometimes. Right now, it's because a lot of Arctic air is blowing down. So they're basically just enduring just straight up air from the Arctic. Meanwhile, where I am, it's actually currently like, I think, +2? I don't live that up for North. I'm just an hour outside Stockholm, but my mom had negative 21 C to 21, had negative 17 this morning, get negative 30. I mean, that's actually a fairly normal winter temperature around here. Negative 30 is like common in the deep of winter. As wild as that sounds. I don't have a cabinet for mushrooms yet. I'll put the mushrooms with the OG, I guess, for now. Or I can't access any of them there. Mushrooms. I literally have yet to have anyone order the mushrooms, but we'll get there, I'm sure. Great, good, no thanks. Alright, not gonna happen. Okay. Crack, crack. OG, OG. Purple, purple. Crack. Sour. Door. Mushrooms. Green. And then green, green, purple, and OG. You should do it. Install the fedora. Try it out. Just do it. Don't let your muse be dreams. Get slapped by a guy on stage at the Emmys or whatever it was. Just do it. You can do it. I believe in you. $18 jars of Kush, 6 jars of diesel. $18 jars? Yeah, 18 jars. And 6 of diesel. All right. You're the only one on this side of town, I bet. Can double check that. I'm pretty sure. Okay, skate part, sure. Everyone else is down here in the docks. Okay.
Huh?
Five years, damn. That's a minute and a half.
Okay.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Yeah, give or take. Okay, you're still good. Hang on, I'm banning an idiot. Idiot banned. You probably couldn't see it, because Twitch does a good job of hiding it, but it doesn't auto-ban them, which is very irritating, because it's pretty obvious when they should be. Banned. Absolutely, unequivocally banned. Everyone's really liking their OG Kush right now. You know, if I really wanted to, I could set up a whole bunch of mixes and automate all that. And make so much more money, but I'm enjoying just dealing the base stuff, and honestly, I don't really enjoy all the effects that doing that causes. Like, if I went and actually made mixes that people were, like, super down for, they'd end up with, like, single eyes that glowed on their horse faces. So, like, it's just bad, you know? Like, there are mixes you can make that'll, like, they cost, like, $40 to make, but they make your weed worth, like, $700. Which is fantastic, but... they also, like, turn them into single-eyed horses. Like, it's ridiculous. Alright. And at this address, it is Harold Colt. Nope. Alright, let's try... Jackie Stevenson next door.
Okay.
Damn, that's nice weather. Alright, Dennis Kennedy. Wrong house, one more. Also the wrong house, one more. A little bit of hiding in the woods with your cabin kind of person, aren't you? Yeah, you know what? Actually, though, if I could get high-speed internet, same. I don't need more than 2 rooms. One of them's a bathroom. Damn it. Wait for them to go past. You think cops start investigating and see sus figures come and go every night, right? But no, they don't. Especially when the city suddenly develops a habit of every single person leaving their home late at night. And then the whole city starts smelling like drugs. Just across the board. What do you need? You are... Oh, wow, okay. So you need... green crack and OG. Actually, you need everything. You just need everything. I'm gonna take those off you and give you everything. Not mushrooms. I don't think anyone here wants mushrooms. I'll sell that off tomorrow. Sell that off tomorrow. Those samples will just... You know what, I'll stick them over here because I'm sure at some point someone will want them. One of those. 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 How do you end up with extra? I don't know. Alright, so next I'm going to grab another one of each. Gonna go talk to this guy. They can get robbed, but only if the Benzies have a presence. And I've done my due diligence and murdered all the Benzies, so... And I do somewhat actually mean that. If I hired somebody up in the suburbs right now, that dealer would be likely to get robbed. However, right now they're also like not around. Yeah, exactly. You shoot them and it decreases the influence massively. You do deals, it decreases a little bit. You can also spray paint wells to decrease their influence. All kinds of options. Alright, OG, Granddaddy, meth, that's what it was. But yeah, the TLDR is if you see the dealer, you shoot him. You see a spray painter, you shoot him. You see the Benzies in general, you shoot him. It's a very effective method of population control. Also, I am really low on Granddaddy, Diesel, Kush. How are we doing on jars? Because we should have a bunch over here. Because the guy did just empty this out, but I also, like, gave him, like, a cupboard to fill. And we did process them all. Just had a thought that that might be able to make our weed speed up. If we use fertilizer paired with PGR, we would end up with the same quality, but a lot more. Of course, I could just skip the fertilizer, but that would mean that they all have to spend an extra 12 hours on those racks to get the same quality. Which I'm not sure I can afford. I might do it anyway. And I don't mean money afford, by the way. I mean, like, supply afford. Because an extra 12 hours is 12 hours that isn't being... like, it has a knock-on effect. Also, I low-key love the mushroom hat. This game needs more novelty hats. Come on, become the next game of, Team Fortress 2, that's the word. Exactly. Give us like all kinds of novelty clothing. That's what I thought. They don't age after 4. That being said, we're clearly moving fast enough, because... Well, that explains why there's not a lot of OG and stuff being grown. There isn't any to grow. They've grown their way through all of the stuff that isn't Green Daddy Purple and Green Crack. Okay, so I need more seeds, but I also want to modify these... use PGR and fertilizer, which I will provide. Means I need to swap this out for PGR. Or fertilizer, that works too. And PGR. Now I need to buy PGR and fertilizer, which I can do right now, actually. Fungal fill supplies. Westbridge? Cool. Oh, and he's got a sail. Hell yeah. You know, I will buy... 150 PGR, and then I'll come back... Oh. 160 PGR. Yeah. 160 PGR, and then I'll come back and I'll buy 160 fertilizer. I want to play No Man's Sky, but now that it's actually good and has been for years, but it's kind of overwhelming and I can't be bothered to release another update with loads of content. Yeah, they really did. It's actually kind of wild. The launch of that game, I would say, was worse than Cyberpunk. But I think what happened to them led to the situations where Cyberpunk ended up where it is. I think them redeeming themselves provided the roadmap that Cyberpunk followed to redeem themselves. You know what I mean? I honestly disagree. And I mean that like from on a technical level. I love Cyberpunk. But a lot of it, the release day build was actually kind of terrible. It was not good. We got our PGR, now we just need to go get the fertilizer. I never felt like it was incomplete. Okay, yeah, no, you have a good night, alright? I just realized this is over half the container. I cannot buy 160 more of those. Or a fertilizer, because it won't fit. I can put some in the soil, though, and he does pull supply from both, so actually, that's where I should put them. I will note that apparently we're out of soil, so I need to buy soil as well. Also, it's impressive that we're out of soil. You're shitting me. They still process at night? Cool. I still need to go buy seeds as well, but soil's right now the bigger issue.
I don't know.
Then I'm gonna go buy more seeds of the... not those two varieties. I feel like if the cops in games see you with as much fertilizer as I have right now, they should, like, arrest you. Not for drugs, but for, like, bomb making. You know what I mean? Next to the mayor's house? Fuck. Just hoping to get him to spawn over here. I need like a shopping cart or something. So I can push around that's slower, but like I can fit through these corners.
Mm-hmm.
How many can I fit in my inventory? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60. So we need sour diesel. Noted.
the PGR and the fertilizer, we should end up with, instead of 8 buds per plant, we should end up with 12, I believe? 50% increase? If I pair that with soil that lasts multiple rounds... that might actually be worth it. We'll see. Do I go get 60 Granddaddy in green? I do. Eventually I'm gonna get good at that. You know, the great part about buying it the way I did was I didn't have to put any of that on my card. The only thing I have to buy is soil. I wonder if I can buy soil at the market. It's worth the look. Every time I see that ad right there for these, I think that's like a weed bottle, a weed seed bottle, like a giant glowing one. Because I do choose Lenny's for my garden. Lenny's, they make garden products. If anyone's gonna carry soil, it'll be you. You do! Excellent. Now, admittedly, you don't have it on sale. But that's not the end of the world. The fact that I don't have to put it on the plastic is excellent, because that means that I can do cash transactions for everything I need involving this place here. All ongoing costs. And that's huge. Because the biggest limitation on your spending in this game, other than amount of money, is where you're sourcing your income from. Your credit card is severely limited. Cash, on the other hand, you can just use it as long as you can find, as long as you have a place that'll accept it. You can tell these ones have the old soil in it. And he's just walking around picking up all the garbage and, like, you know, guys, come on, stop just dropping it everywhere, you know? Common courtesy, guys. It's getting warm in here. It's getting warm over there. It's getting warm in here. I low-key kind of wish that I could tell them, instead of, you know, these pots are yours, no. I wish it could be like, you work in this room, all these pots need these things, you work with that person there, and you all just collectively work on it. That would be, I think, there is a niceness to the specificity of the existing system, but I think it could work out really well that way. I agree. I 100% agree. Yeah, right, okay, so we're gonna need to buy jars. But that's a tomorrow thing. $80, 160 plus 60 is 280 jars, okay. $25 Granddaddy Purples. I think that might be the biggest order I've ever gotten. While my dealers have left the nest. Old escape tunnel that runs to the manor down the cliff face beneath it. It's sealed from the inside, but if you get access to it, you can get real close to them without them knowing. I say you treat this class to taste our medicine. If you could plant a bomb in the tunnel, I'll safe to say it wouldn't be a problem anymore. A bomb of that size wouldn't be easy to come by. Go ask around Koyoma Chemical Company see if someone can sneak you some raw explosives. After that stand, the weapons dealer should be able to wire it up for you as a usable bomb. You also need to get into that tunnel. Sam, local construction demolition guy, can probably help you out with the right price. Time to hit the trash. Godspeed. Wow, okay. Oh, I mathed that wrong. I was assuming stacks of 10. So 20, 40, 50. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 620, 120 plus 50. So that would be 170. What, you telling me that your individual gang member blows up large mafiosos headquarters in Sweden? They blow up the entrances to police stations and shoot at police officers and villas with the case. Well, that's terrifying. Which reminds me, I was watching a show with Nathan Fillion in it called The Rookie. It's on season 8. He's no longer a rookie, but he has a rookie, so I mean, you know. But I don't think they expected the show to last this long. It's really good, though. The latest episode, basically somebody blew up the front entrance to the police station. Well, the back entrance, but same idea. It just occurred to me. He should just load the van now. It is a fantastic show. Genuinely a great show. If you haven't also watched Castle, that was the previous show that he was on. It's also fantastic. That one's set in New York, and he's not a police officer, he's a fiction writer. But the idea is kind of similar. There's a lot of reaction gifs online that are straight up just from Castle. Okay, fine. It is theoretically possible for him to load the van. He's just not. There was a Chicago Cop show some years ago. It only got 1 or 2 seasons. Yeah. There was also the Rookie Feds, which was the Rookie, but with the FBI. It didn't do nearly as well, and I firmly believe it's because Nathan Fillion wasn't really on it. It was a spin-off that tried to do kind of its own thing, and it did it well, but it didn't... Nathan Fillion brings a certain thing to the show. Like, there's a lot of people that watch a show because Nathan Fillion is in it. I'm one of those people, I'll fully admit that. Like, it's not the only reason I watch it. It's a good show, but it's the reason that I pick up the show. Because Nathan Fillion is really good at picking shows that are going to be good. And in the case of the Rookie, he's involved in making it. Like, that's awesome. Did I just see seeds? No, I saw... Okay. Barrel Rack guy from comedy show, Michael Rapport? I've never heard of him. But that doesn't mean much. There's a lot of actors I've never heard of. This place here should be a lot more active in filling my van with stuff. Because he's not actually, like, constantly busy. I literally gave you a job. From small storage. Wait, that's small storage? That... Small storage. That ain't small, brah. That's like the big one. Oh boy, are we gonna need OG Kush. and sour diesel, but... Also, I've noticed that they've stopped doing anything. It's because they've run out of supplies, which means because so few... Basically, nobody orders meth at the moment, so... There we go. They will no longer be paid until such a time as I actually need them to be paid. Alright, see you later. Can you imagine if I wasn't using dealers, the entire town hitting me up all at once, all day? That'd be insane. Keep getting stuck on the top stair. You know, okay, so technically, godly cocaine and such does exist in the game, but you can't actually get it without cheats. Which is unfortunate. And I said cocaine, I meant meth. But, same idea. Really not what I was going for, if I'm being honest. Why does the taser make a gooey sound? That's a very strange sound to make. I just wanted to drop off the mushrooms. Come on, guys. Got heavenly mushrooms. Hi. I'll leave those there because they're incomplete stacks. Fairness, so is the math, but I'll take the math, it's fine. What did you manage to sell? Oh! Damn, quite a bit actually. Good job. Alright, let's see. What do we need? We need 8 jars of Granddaddy Purple. Three jars of green crack, which is surprisingly little. Those need to be used up, so I'm going to use them first. 3. Okay, we'll start with the 24 24 jars of OG. So there's 24, and then how many was it? 3 bricks. That's another 12. And then 13 sour diesel. Let's take that out. Chances of me needing a single OG Kush are pretty low. Yeah, I was right. There is one in the park. Alright, over on the wharf, and then everything else is just past the police. Okay. Of course I've got the stuff. Who do you take me for? That gets rid of the extra green crack of qualities I don't care for anymore. Let's go for the one on the canal. Oh, I'm giving the wrong thing. Good thing I looked. I swear something about this game makes my computer incredibly unhappy. Between the graphics driver doing funky shit, and like where it like displays a random frame on the left screen, and things like my computer just randomly locking up. But whatever happens when I'm playing this game, something about this game makes my computer upset. Is it actually back here? I think it is. Okay. It's the beginning of the day again. What happened to my autosaves? Hang on. Okay. That makes more sense. This was right before I did the deal with, or is this just after I did the deal? Yeah, basketball court with Jesse. This must be just after I did the deal with Jesse. You know what I'm hearing? Somebody who's about to be dead. Deals with their influence handily, doesn't it? Because basically, would you want to work for the guys that are constantly getting killed? I mean, he's expecting high quality, isn't he? Yeah. I'll just do that, because there is other people willing to accept a lesser quality, and why would I take the chance if I can just not, right? You know I own this building, right? You could wait inside. You know I own a building just over there. You could wait inside. Oh, I'm giving him OG. That explains the issues. Okay, I need to give him Sour Diesel. Go to the docks real quick. Love to know why my screen keeps flashing. It's a little bit distracting. There's a lot of Granddaddy Purple they just bought. Alright, up to the burbs. Is this the... Yes, it is.
Okay.
I might soon have to put anyone on less than 20 on a dealer. And that's saying something. Or less than 15, probably more reasonable. But still. Way long. Cool. And this last person is... Where are they? Next to the statue in West Park. Oh, okay, fair enough. I didn't do that this time. Alright, I just need to do the taco ticklers. Got nearly 100 grand in my pocket, damn. I would legitimately make so much more money and XP if I didn't use the dealers. It would take me hours to do all the dealing. But the end result would be just so much money in XP every night. Because the dealers don't push them to buy more. I did mark those as available for purchase, right? I did, yeah. They're just nobody cares. Okay. How did... Oh, because the dealers didn't get to work. Fair enough. Cocaine. Okay. So I don't quite have cocaine yet. But that could be my next setup, and I have all the money I would need, theoretically, to get that going in the mansion, I guess.
Mm. Mm. Uh-huh. Mm.
You know, with all the shootings that happen around here, I'm surprised there's not more of them, like, being, you know, hey, you're a bit sussy. Hmm. Alright, I have 10 grand on you, but that's fine. On me, not on you. I can retrieve 10 grand. In fact, I'm not even gonna bother. I'll just come back tomorrow. Because I also need to do cocaine, so. So where's this mansion I just bought? There's that. Oh, it's not a mansion, it's the docks. Duh. How am I gonna set up cocaine at the docks? Okay, where is Lewis anyway? I'm gonna put him on a dealer. I'm gonna guess Brad? I was right. And Kyle, I know which part of town he's in, but... Oh, you know what I should do is I should go pick up that other dealer. So I can start assigning people to him immediately. Lisa Gardner. I'm gonna guess downtown? No, docks. I get a lot more money out of them doing it myself, but it's worth it not to do them myself, honestly. Greg Figgle. And hold on to this person because 15 is a good deal to buy just by default, so. I see. Pair of loading bays. An office. With a spot with the light switch, very nice. Not a lot of light, but that's not the end of the world either. Okay. Behind church. Of course his drop point's behind the church. The church, for whatever reason, has an ATM on the front. I'm just putting that out there. Actually, in this case, I actually kind of do want to do it on credit, so. I suspect we're gonna need those. I don't actually see the other stuff we're gonna need here, so. Okay. I'm gonna have to do most of the setup tomorrow after I've made some more money. Also, Matt Cooper's going on a dealer. What'd I get busted for? I wasn't doing anything. I stopped. I'm sure they'll come in handy. I don't imagine I can... No, that'd be too incredibly useful if I could. And a Chesterfield. Docks. Kramer. Billy Kramer. Melissa Wood. Realized I know exactly what happened. When I hit the jump, I flew far enough upward that I counted as running away. I think it's the biggest meth deal I've made so far. I wanted some weed. How about I give you like 20 nugs of meth for 4 times the price? Hang on, I need a stretch. I'll be right back and I'm gonna drink. Alright, that was excellent water. For lack of a better description, that really was just good water. I love water. Alright, so got a lot of like mediocre math to unload. But no, I need... You're good. Okay. I need to go pick up that drop over there. Put that in there for now. Oh, Jesse. If this is what it takes to move meth and mushrooms, I will do it. Yeah, can I get 20 nugs of weed for, you know, $900? Now, how about 20 nugs of meth for $2,000? Sure. What the fuck? Huh. Weather. Okay, so 9 jars of Granddaddy Purple. Meth is 8 jars. Already got those. Neat, unironically, neat. 9 jars of OG. A brick of shrooms, which is 4 jars. And 5 jars and 8 more of sour diesel. You actually barely can hear the sound effects over the sound of the storm. No one over there. Okay, let's go to the docks. Now, I know this is being caused by a mod that I've installed, but I do think that it should also make it so the police are, like, trying to take cover. They're much more distracted. You know what I mean? As far as I'm aware, this is, like, a planned real thing, but it's not in the game yet. Alright, let's go and try and pick up those two, shall we? I'm looking for Fiona Hancock and Jen Hurd. Something. And then Herbert Bluebell. And then Earl Moore is across the way, apparently. Doesn't make more sense. Unless it's over here. And then Cussler. We'll just stick with that one. Yeah, and the first failure of the night. Okay, Irene Meadows. Alright, and Tobias Wentworth over on at the end of the docks. Right, you can't actually go through that. Is that a toaster? No, okay. I was gonna say, I don't remember there being toasters as litter. Oh, yeah, I think he's the mayor. 68 versus 62. Yeah, okay. Have a mushroom. The mayor's tripping balls. Michael Boog is up there. Okay. Alright, we got Michael Boog. I think that's like just about everyone in Uptown as well. Those are the two that refused me. Alright, let's go finish our deals, shall we? This is not the place to be hanging out during a storm, just saying. Great place to die during a storm. Like, pro tip for everyone who wishes to live. Don't hang out in storm drains during storms. Or any time, really, but especially during storms. I think I'm gonna lay off on putting all of my money into my bank account for now because I'm actually cash poor. I have plenty of money in the bank account. One point out, he still took the map. Wait, no, it's in my... Never mind. Alright, let's go buy all the equipment so we can start setting this up. We're gonna need at least one handler. I'm gonna say 2 growers. I don't know what the production process for cocaine is in this game. I'm gonna look it up on my phone. Give me just a moment. My phone's about to die. I should plug that in. Ah, where are you plugged? There you are. Schedule 1 cocaine. The lab oven and the cauldron. And gasoline, okay. Assuming bots are used. Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna want suspension racks. Let's go with 8 of them for now. I'm gonna need at least a cauldron. 20 leaves and 1 gasoline into a cauldron to make 10 cocaine. Base, and then you refine it in the oven. Okay. So, 1 plant produces 12. 18 if using PGR, which I probably should. PGR plus, yeah, and then age. There's a lot of room in there, so I could skip. In that case, honestly, I should do that, as well as that, and that. And, actually, you know what? It's probably fine on the drying rack. I don't know how many cauldrons we're gonna need. I'm gonna say 2. 2 lab ovens. Although, how long does it... 6 in-game hours, and then another 6 in-game... Okay, so they should be matched. Okay. Those ones are the show ones. You know, on the plus side, this one's actually just like a quick scoot away from the from over here. Just need slightly less stuff in the way. I'm gonna go with 3 botanists. Each of them will do 16 pots, which is a lot, but this grows a lot slower than weed, so. Oh, storm's over. I just noticed. And it's still thundering, but it's not raining. Still need. I expected that to be a lot bigger. Like, unironically. I guess the next question is, are coca plants influenced by the temperature? Because they clearly have some relationship. $200 delivery fee. No thanks. That's way too much. Okay, I'm gonna say PGR fertilizer mix on this one. I'm never gonna hire anyone because we still need to like fill out everything, but my thought here is this is where they're all gonna be grown, gonna be dried. This isn't really the best place for this, but the idea is here. I could be a troll and just put them up here. No. We'll grind them under the stairs there. Mix them over here. Middle area can be used for whatever. I'm not happy with the placement at the bottom of the stairs, but I also think it looks jank having it there. Put it there. And this one here will be... I don't know, more ingredient storage? I'm not even going to pull from this. It's going to be like a chain from there to here to... I don't know, a shelf in here somewhere. That's unreasonable. This is just going to be general storage. So we're going to need to buy a set of shelves. Let me just add this to my shelves. chemist times 2. No, times 1. 1 chemist can do this. Gardener times 3. Mover and 2x. Trash cam 1x. Cleaner. Where'd my cursor go? Oh, I realize you can't close that. Fair enough. Cool. Ton of XP. You want OG Kush, you will get OG Kush, actually, because you asked nicely. Actually, no. You do want math, don't you? Yeah, you want math. How about 30 math? You want 30 math? I think you want 30 math. It is daytime right now. That is wild. I'm gonna need more cash. I'm gonna make all the, startup costs hurt, man. Granddaddy Purple. Yeah, sure, I'll do 25 Granddaddy Purple. They're way too easy to convince them to go from weed to meth. I need nothing from you. All the way behind the laundrette? Perfect.
Huh.
Alright, so I want a cleaner. Docks.
Huh.
And I'm gonna need a chemist. I'm gonna need botanists, two of them in fact.
Huh.
I think that's all the employees I needed. Okay, the offers are coming in really quick, and it messes with the game, with the mod that I use to automatically adjust prices. If one shows up while it's adjusting prices, it just stops working, so I'm gonna give them a minute to calm down. But also, goddamn, they're heavy buyers. Hey, Carthy, thanks for the raid. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Great, 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 great. Alright, great, good, great, great, great. Alright. Woof! That was a lot of dealing. Sorry, I just was stuck in menu hell for a minute there. I'm doing pretty good, Ewo. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm getting cocaine set up, which is the whole thing. 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Actually, there isn't more. You got supplies from there. Carl Bundy. I can't get over that name. He's just like straight up the brother of like, well, Bundy. You know who that is? Manually counting them? Someone should have hired to automate them? I mean, this is how you automate them, rather, unfortunately. I need to get a pair of trash cans, actually. Of course, they're probably going to want to search me. Yep. I don't got nothing illegal on me. Even the handgun that I stole off a dead police officer is legal. Don't worry. You'd think so. Please still be open. I need a shelf. On this way. Damn it. Okay. I have. I don't need shelf. I need garbage cans. I have garbage cans. At the sweatshop. Yeah, that's where I've got some stored. Yeah. You know, I don't think AI is quite yet ready to handle growing cocaine. At least not to this degree. Those are not trash cans. How do I not own any more trash cans? I do have shelves, but I'm not looking for shelves, even though I kept saying shelves. There's the police. How about instead of green crack, I just give you crack? Or meth. Instead of green crack, we'll just give you meth. I'm the best dealer. You contact me looking for, you know, a nice subtle high, and I'm like, but meth. Have you considered meth? Oh god, it's backed up again. Please don't park out in front. You don't know I'm here. Now the good news is the police can't get their cars in the back here, so... On the other hand, I've absolutely witnessed them, that get stuck standing there. Yeah, they're gonna be problematic there for the rest of the night. Okay. $20 OG Kush? Nah. $20 OG meth. How about 13 gram Daddy Purple? No. How about 15 mushrooms? Oh, you want 25 sour diesel? How about 25 meth? So far, I've managed to sell 9 bricks, 26 jars. That works out to... Nine times 4, 36 plus 26, 62 jars of meth. Luckily, I'm covered. Two, 4, 6, and 2 more. Oh, I just realized these people are gonna demand like the highest quality of meth for the most part, because they're all snooty. Well, some of them will. I'm gonna throw the low quality stuff in there and I'll give it out where I can. People say this isn't a real business, right? I didn't mean to do that, but fine. Most of the trunk's just full of meth. Oh wow, we can just stack those up, save some room there. Take that out, because we got that. Alright, I need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jars of Granddaddy Purple. Hopefully I can unload some of those. And 1 brick, 8 jars of shrooms. 8, that's 12 jars of mushrooms. Of which I've never made any of the lower quality, so that's not a non-issue. Luckily, I don't think there's anyone over in that direction for the most part that's looking to buy, so I don't have to worry about the police. On the other hand, the person hanging out under here is very odd, not gonna lie. Okay, so you wanted the OG. I completely forgot to get out the OG. I'll be right back. How much OG? 1 brick, 3 jars? Oh, yeah, that was 12, wasn't it? Hang on, did I not? put 12 in there? Was I just blind? Yeah, I was. I did not put it in there. $12 jars of OG. Away it goes. But yeah, no, this is very much real business. You gotta worry about finances, quality of products, all kinds of stuff. You get it wrong, people die. I think that on its own makes it important, right? Hi, Eugene. I didn't realize you were here. How about, because you're willing to go with a lower quality of meth, I will give you the lowest quality of meth. Oh wait, no, you want a minimum quality of meth, so you can have this quality of meth. Actually, no, we'll try and sell you this quality of meth. Yeah, you took it. You're a good man. Getting high on low quality meth. And you're going for shrooms, for which I shall give you 2 jars. And you wanted meth of a minimum blue quality, but I'll give you the green because there's a chance you'll take it, and you did. Beautiful. That's a lot. I think I still have more of that quality of meth, but I can get rid of that meth. I wish I could just throw it out, but at the very least I can, you know, sell it. Honestly, what I should do is I should unload the terrible meth on my dealers. Hey, I got some meth for ya. Normally the town ends up covered in weed smoke. Tonight, it's just meth. Everyone's doing meth. For example, Marco here, doing meth. Eugene here. It's actually getting weed. He got lucky. I mistyped. Probably. If nothing else, it's very addictive, so I'm probably going to get more orders of meth in the near future. Because the game does, I think, keep track of that. Technically, I already could have. I've just spent a lot of money. Setting up cocaine production is very expensive. Can you believe? You look like somebody that would order 3 jars of mushrooms and eat them all in a single night. Like, she looks like a person that just eats 3 jars of mushrooms. Hey, Allison. Ah, yes. Meth. Here, you can have some of our high-quality brand name meth from Methco, a subsidiary of Meth Canesta. Sister brand to Methamphetamine, the company. Oh, shit! Sorry! It's always unfortunate when you accidentally knock somebody over after they buy meth. I'm just saying that because at this point it's just funny. Here, have 25... Okay, pretty good. I'm just enjoying this. His addiction is none. He barely knows me. He's like very neutral with me. But he's willing to drop $2,000 on 5 bottles of 5 meth each. And tonight was the night where I decided, yes, I have a lot of meth I need to get rid of, so I'm getting rid of it. And probably going to restart production soon enough. But for now... Okay, yeah. You want meth? Okay, you're giving me... Wow. 90% chance of accepting? Done. $3,000 for subpar meth. You also want 30 meth. How about I give you... By the way, I'm pretty sure this guy's the mayor. He was not happy with my subpar meth. Actually, I'm okay with that. I will give them extra meth to get rid of the meth I don't want. Didn't realize that wasn't really an option. I'll do that in the future. It's unfortunate that you have to make the lower quality stuff in order to get to the higher quality stuff, but... Oh well. Okay, I'm back. Something about this game makes OBS just unhappy. Or not OBS. Like, my whole computer, honestly. Whether it's the game crashing or the entire computer crashing, it's the only piece of software that does this. Don't know why. It also... It crashes the video... It causes issues with the NVIDIA driver pretty much constantly. It's irritating as shit. Alright, so I guess we find out how far back the last save was. Luckily, I installed a mod that does auto saves, which is excellent, but still. The plus side, it can't be more than 5 minutes ago, because it auto saves every 5 minutes. For precisely that reason, to be fair. Oh, it auto-saved as I was doing that deal, and then I crashed right here. How's that for beautiful timing? Actually, it saved right before I did the deal. Still beautiful timing. Could have sworn I already gave Jesse shrooms somewhere else, but sure. Ended up with a bunch of extra method, I'm not sure why, but sure, okay. Put the meth away. Granddaddy Purple goes in there. Kush goes in there. Just giving them different meth. Apparently, I haven't collected money from Molly in a minute. You know, I was thinking I wouldn't put money into the laundering machines, but I made 80 grand tonight, essentially. So I think I just might anyway. She's already on that. Okay, fair enough. She's actually gonna need more OG soon. Fair enough. Yeah, you weren't actually out of anything. I felt like I had missed something there. Okay. I need to buy trash cans and soil and PGR and stuff.
Yeah.
And I want, let's say 32, let's do 4 grows. 128, well actually no, that's, because this is extra long life. Still, 4 grows, we'll do that. Alright, multiple trips ahoy. I need to make sure I don't have drugs on me. I don't, okay. Because there's a reasonably high chance that there is a police barricade on this road up here, so... This time, we got lucky. Which reminds me. I need to buy enough cocoa seeds that he sets up a deal where we can just go see him. You know what the best part is his drop for where he, lets you, get stuff, where you pay him for stuff, rather. Friggin' back of a church. Realized I don't think I actually... No, I didn't. I just realized, no... Okay, so I need to set up something here. You are a chemist, you're not a hauler. You're not a hauler. Did I not hire a hauler? I didn't hire a hauler. I need to hire a hauler. You know what? You know what would be amazing would be an option to buy like an RV that you can then stick, like, attach to the back of a vehicle that you drive around. You know. I'll give him an extra shroom for free. It's a good deal. I'm in the supermarket? Okay. Alright, now back to our van. Nothing wrong with just leaving it parked in the middle of the road, eh? It's fine. I'd very much like to proceed, please. So those real challenges are that I'm gonna have to make sure that there's room in there for the seeds that I'm gonna buy. Which shouldn't be an issue because they're definitely gonna use them all up, but... I love how I've gotten no orders yet. I think everyone just got so incredibly fucked up on meth last night. It's great. Alright, so... I need to set you to do some things. So, I want you to transfer stuff from... this. And I need to not scroll, because the scroll don't work that way. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, and that's, I think, his entire job, because everything else is handled by the people doing it. Because these will automatically go to the cauldrons, cauldrons automatically go to these automatically go to the finished products, which is this one. Yeah. Cool. Well then. Not sure what the officers just tried to do there, but Elizabeth, are you being intimidated by these officers? Because if you're not, I feel like you should be. Oh fuck. But yeah, my thought here is hopefully these will be able to keep up. Hopefully these will be able to keep up. We'll find out based on the pre-dry how full it gets and if it ends up over full. Because these are going to be 18 leaves each. Actually, yeah, this is almost definitely going to go full. But that's why we do this. We can tune it. I am amazed that I've gotten one call. I wish you could tell and just, you know, clean up the area, but, no. Unfortunately, no. And it's after a police curfew, so this van does have to stay here. better deal for me if I go with shrooms, I think. I'm gonna sell them off for 27. Give them 30, but a couple of them are gonna be lower quality. Just so I can get rid of them, basically. Oh, you're like out of OG. You're out. Okay, I'll bring back some OG for you. Alright, tomorrow, I'm gonna add this to my notes. Move the weed. I have no doubt they are entirely backed up over there. Alright, you're good. That being said, this is where I'm gonna end the day. So you guys have a good night. I'm gonna go get some food. I'll see you then.